I used to help him. I used to do some of the developing, not so much the printing. My dad did the printing, but it was a big machine. He went to all the Highland Games as well, taking things.
Yep.
He was a photographer.
Right up to just before he got ill. He really was still popping over to the Highland Games.
I won't say he was a Buteman's photographer, but he was one of the guys that maybe gave them most photographs. That's me and Dad.
You and Dad. That's him.
James, I would not have recognised him. Majority of people that live in Bute or in Rossie, more specifically, remember my dad. I remember the beauty snaps. He was there for a period of time when people never had cameras, and the beauty snaps was the thing, and that was where people memories probably have come from. You'll find that every single family here must have a few pictures taken down the front somewhere. The walking photographs it's more relaxed. Sometimes you're catching people unawares. They'd be walking along the street and you would they might be talking to each other and you say, "Smile please," and they just look up and it was just a moment that's just caught. That was good. I think it was, trying to think back how much it was, maybe 25 pence or something like that for a picture. There's one walking along the promenade opposite maybe the Victoria. That's Carden and Elaine here.
Well, Dad always had a camera in his hand. No matter where we went really, Dad had the camera. Any family gatherings, Dad was there with the camera, recorded things. He just recorded our life in photographs as we were growing up, from babies right up till, well, almost up really until they died near enough.
I just come back from the dentist, probably still a bit high in the gas, and my dad was saying to me, "Hey, fancy a chance?" He says, "Have a go," and I was taking a few pictures on the street. And then that summer, I think I actually started working for my dad, and I was just 16. I'd be standing in one position as people walked towards me. I'd just say, "Smile please," and take the picture, give them a ticket, and then they would come in later on that day. If you took the photograph before 10 o'clock, the picture would be ready about 2:30, I think, or 4 o'clock. He joined the Navy when he was 16. I think he was 14 years in the Navy. But he came to Rossie, maybe when he was 20, 21, the ship came in, was berthed in the bay. It was always a popular sight, seeing the warships and things like that. He was on a frigate then. And he obviously met my mother then. He was married to my mum in 1950. I came along in 53. I think I first saw my father when I was 2, so he'd been away for a long time.
Started as a hobby in the Navy when he was young.
Yeah.
And then while he was in the Navy, in some of the ships he kind of became the ship's photographer for certain things, for doing things. And this is where it all started. It started as a hobby.
He certainly was one of the ship's photographers, and I think there was a photograph of him in one of the ships with an enlarger, printing things like that. So I think the Navy kicked him off all these destinations, and he wanted to record them. I think that's Dad and Karen.
It's Dad and Karen.
But that one is going along the prom past where in the Winter Gardens.
It's just past the Winter
Gardens. But you can
Gardens.
see the churches, but one of them's gone now, you know.
There it is, the photograph.
That was a good big one, helped you.
You couldn't remember that getting taken. Couldn't remember it. And
you remembered it because it was a photograph. There he is there, and here's one outside the pavilion. That's him at a conference. We gave them to Claire.
Yeah.
She's got my dad's old cameras on her mantelpiece at home. And I was developing for him, you know, developing films, because we used to take about, say, six, 7 spools each, 20 spools. You had to develop all them in one go, and then, you know, hang them up, dry them, and then get printed all within a few hours.
Yeah. That's me and Geraldine. We worked in the cloakroom together.
I used to go to the pavilion taking photographs at dances. You get in free, of course, because of the camera.
That's why you went.
Once you've taken a spool or two,
That's why you went, wasn't it?
then you parked the camera in the cloakroom.
Then you parted.
Kind of, yeah.
That was him.
I've never seen that.
I see, this is a box I came across. All different wee bits and
Do you
pieces.
think that was Dad and that can't be it.
That's Dad and Granny and Grandpa, and presumably when he was a wee boy.
Chings, they look so different to what I remember. At 16, he was going abroad, seeing things, and maybe that photography was a thing that was just catching on. He was an only child, and I think my gran and grandpa helped him out and got him the cameras and stuff. The ones that I like are the family ones, where we're all together. The likes of Mum and Dad's 25th wedding anniversary. Just the different family photos through the ages, how we've all progressed and grown up. When we're together, the family ones together, that's the ones that I think played a big part for me. You can see the changes in the town just because my dad captured some things. We've got a picture of the old pier building in 1960-62 burning. There's lots of things like that had been captured with my dad. And then we get them properly archived. That's great. It's a testament to what my dad did, really. No, we never found out, did we?
No.
That's the thing too, you know, Patricia, my wife, was saying, you should ask your dad that, and you don't. We should all ask our parents these things before they die, or
Auntie
it's
Liza
all lost memories, isn't
was
it?
the family kind of historian, and just before she passed away, she was starting to tell me wee things. To relive a wee bit of history and see, I mean, it brought back memories like the wee Christmas ones. I can see that in my mind's eye. I can see Derek being the piggy, the horse. And I can see I can relive some of the days. I can see them in my mind's eye, the days and the fun we had. And even the ones at the beach. I mean, there's a picture, there's one with Derek washing my feet with a wee bucket of water, and he's pouring it over my feet to clean my feet. All that, it brought back a nice happy memories. And even pictures with my granny and grandpa. I mean, I've forgotten actually half of what was in the albums. Really forgotten. He was quite a sociable bloke. Most people knew him. He went to different pubs and frequented, because it was his business in one respect. He was a counsellor, so he met people, but also he was a photographer, and that's how he did his business, and he shared his business around. No, I think my dad gave me he's taught me quite a lot, even a little bit about photography and electrical works. He helped me a lot there too, so he's been good. I miss him.